You are now watching MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast TV. Chill!
So let's get back to it. Let's get back to a show where everybody watch, where all of us watch.
Show?
Let's talk about the Proud Family.
Let's talk about the Proud Family.
It's about time. It's about time we talk about a show
Let's spice it up. Let's spice it up.
Yeah, let's spice it up now. Time to talk about the animated show now.
I wanna
talk about the Proud Family.
Yeah.
So how y'all feel about the Proud Family?
Proud Family, bro.
Proud Family.
Proud Family was a great show. I like all the characters on it, especially the singing uncle. That was my favorite character.
That was my favorite character too. Uncle Bobby was my favorite character.
And every time Oscar yelled, "Today!"
Today!
Man, loud. That was funny. The kids at the school, of course. The Gross sisters, of course. Man, that's so cool. But it was crazy how one episode they made the big one. The what was the friend name? The white friend?
Zoe.
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 She and Penny gave her a makeover. I remember that episode.
Yeah.
And they said that she was a little softy because they gave her a little makeover and stuff. Like another show that it was a great show. It was well put together, of course.
It was a great show. I always enjoyed it.
And then Romeo was playing a character on there.
He did.
And then this other JC Jackson guy. I remember those episodes.
Don't forget my guy Wizard Kelly, son. They never show that man's face.
Oh yeah, Wizard Kelly with the basketball on his face.
Don't show the guy's face, man.
He's like he's like Miss Bella. You never see their face, bro.
Yeah, it's like the character from Powerpuff Girls, the mayor, Miss Bella. Her name is Miss Bella. Yeah, Miss Bella. Yeah.
He's like based off of Magic Johnson, right?
Yeah. I think Magic Jackson. Yeah, I think Magic Jackson. Yeah, Magic Jackson played him. I think.
Magic Johnson played his voice.
I think it was. Yeah, I think it was.
He's based off of Magic Johnson.
Yeah, that too.
That too. Yeah. But like Roddy said, the singing uncle was my favorite character. Uncle Bobby. Well, we gonna do. Shout out to Cedric. Cedric Entertainer. Cedric was hilarious on that with that character.
But that was Cedric who did that? Wow.
That's Cedric. Yeah, that's Cedric.
I didn't even remember that, yo.
And don't forget Sugar Mama, man. Sugar Mama.
Of course.
Sugar Mama. Joe Marie Payton.
Yeah.
I love her.
Legend.
I love her, Sugar Mama.
Yeah, I love the whole cast. I love the whole cast. Tommy Davidson, Keller Pratt, the girl from All That. I forgot her name.
From All That.
Yeah, we mentioned last episode, the Spanish girl who was on.
She played.
She played La Cienega. Yeah, she played La Cienega.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say. Like Proud Family was just it. That show was perfect.
It was dope. I ain't gonna lie.
It was dope.
The way that they reference Black pop culture, all pop culture. Like they had an episode with Romeo Must Die as the theme. And what was that one called?
I do not remember that episode.
Where she was like studying with one of those Asian triplets.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
Oscar was my favorite character for sure. The animation of the show kills me because it's like Oscar, Dr. Payne. Dr. Payne. He's always like twisting this dude too.
For real, yo.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the show is hilarious. But I want to talk about the cast, like all the guest stars that they had on the show. A crazy list. Like every episode that I watch, I always gotta look at the credit list because it's like I know that voice. I know who that is.
For real. Yeah, for real. Yeah.
Ashanti on the show, Cedric the Entertainer. Oh my God. I'm mad that on Disney Plus, they don't have the episode with Steve Harvey where he was the credit card.
Oh,
really?
really?
Yeah, I remember that episode. Oh,
I remember that
episode.
Love that episode. Penny, she gets the credit card, and then her friends convince her to like spend it, and then the credit card has Steve Harvey's mustache. Oh my God, that was so funny.
And don't forget, Orlando Brown was also on that show too. Like,
yeah, he was.
He was
What is it, Thicky, right? Was it Thicky on the show?
Thicky was the guy name, yeah.
Yeah.
DJ
Oh man.
What's her name? She was Charmaine on A Different World. She was DJ.
Okay. Oh wow. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Really?
That was her. That was her.
That was her? Wow.
Yeah, that was her. Right. Yeah, that was her. Right.
The girl that played Jewel on Fresh Prince.
Yeah. That definitely was Charmaine. Yeah.
What do y'all think about the reboot? That I didn't
see it yet.
I'm waiting for it. It didn't come out yet. I'm waiting for it. I am waiting for it.
Oh, it didn't drop yet? Okay.
Not yet. I'm waiting for that. I didn't know Keke Palmer got added to it. I know Biddy Porter is added to it. Of course they're adding a gay character to the show. So
of course. I didn't realize in retrospect there was an episode where they made fun of the kid Michael. Remember the one he wore
with the shirt? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Calling him a sissy, and obviously today, with the way things are socially, like looking back in that episode, that spoke to like one of those serious issues regarding like boys and their sexuality and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's not like we were gonna look at it like that. Like,
that's crazy. Though.
Yeah, that's crazy though. That's crazy.
Yeah. But you know what? The episode that I like to watch every Black History Month is the Black History.
Yeah. I know you
yes.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too.
All of that.
Yeah, me too.
Best episode.
It is the best episode. Yeah. I think I feel like that came on recently. I feel like I watched that recently, or somebody posted on IG recently the Black History episode.
That was their best episode for sure.
That was their best episode. Yeah, definitely.
They did that thing on this show.
They did. I'm happy that this getting a reboot. A reboot. Hopefully they do it when they're like a little older. I'm pretty sure they are, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So the next show.
Wait. Did y'all even pick up on the problematic things in Proud Family? Or
what's the problematic thing?
What problematic thing?
There was a lot that we didn't realize was in our consciousness.
Hold on. Point it out.
Like what?
I probably couldn't think right now, but point it out.
Well, for one, do you remember in the episode where she went back in the 50s and they kept making fun of her afro? They kept saying, I forgot the exact lines, but they like, you need a relaxer.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. I see it. I actually do remember that. I think I did watch that episode before.
And they make that joke more than once in that episode. And everybody talks about how it was kind of colorist, the way like Penny was light skinned and she was like a nice, smart girl, but then her friend Dejanay was like dark skinned.
Oh yeah. They made a big thing about that. That they say that Penny was light skinned and Dejanay was the ghetto girl and stuff like that. Yeah.
The ghetto dark skinned girl. And then they said even in the promo picture for the reboot, they're like, oh, y'all still making Dejanay look like all ghetto and stuff with like her stomach out and whatnot. And like, come on, it's 2021. Like, be more mindful of how you draw a character.
Yeah, that's crazy. And crazy. And last but not least, let's talk about the theme song, yo. Solange Destiny Child, like,
yeah, that was a good theme song,
yo.
The theme song is technically Solange and
I know. Yeah, I know Solange and Destiny Child. I said that. I said Solange and Destiny Child. I said that.
You said Solange. I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I said
I
Solange
didn't
and
hear you
Destiny
say Destiny's Child. I thought you said Disney Channel, but okay.
No, I said Solange and Destiny Child. That's the first
I
thing
didn't
said.
hear him say Solange, but yeah, we good.
I just said Solange. But yeah.
Nah, that was a dope theme song. Yeah.
It was a dope theme song.
Yeah. I never skip the intro when I watch an episode.
Me either.
Same here.
Me either. I always listen to it all the time. So next show we got another cartoon, which is a dope cartoon. We also had a dope theme song, Kim Possible. How you feel about Kim Possible?
You gotta sing the song, bro.
I tried to remember the theme song. I don't remember that theme song like that. I mean, I know Christina Milian singed it, but I don't remember word for word though.
There's trouble if you just call my name. Kim Possible, you know.
Yo, on that show, my favorite characters were Ron and the Naked Mole Rat, and the fact that he rapped on the show, and he had songs. Ron.
Yeah, once Dr. Boom was my guy. Shout out to Eric, Boy Meets World.
Oh, that was the voice, right? Eric from Boy Meets World.
Yeah, Eric from Boy Meets World. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he made that character real cool and everything. Like he really.
Wait, rewind. Did you just say Eric from Boy Meets World was the voice of Draken?
No, Ron Stoppable.
No, Ron Stoppable.
Oh.
Go ahead.
I don't remember if I knew that or not.
Yeah. He. I'm about to name the cast. Christian Romano, Eric from Boy Meets World. Todd Murray was the guy. Kim Possible, the guy who he called Kim Possible.
The hacker guy.
Hacker guy.
Nicole Sullivan was what's her name? Draken's minion. What's her name? The woman with the black hair. The one who works for Draken.
I know you talk about. I forgot who played that character.
That's Nicole Sullivan from Mad TV.
Oh,
really?
Wow. Oh wow! I didn't know.
Gabby didn't know that.
The voice sounds familiar, but I didn't know it was her.
What's the character's name though?
I don't know.
You don't know the character's name?
Who? I can hear you.
What's the name of the character?
I don't know. I don't know her character name.
What character?
The woman that worked for Dr. Draken.
The woman, the girl who had to do with the black girl. I don't know at this point. I don't remember the name. But I know Raven was also on the show too.
What she did?
Monique, right?
Monique, yeah. I put that video on my IG page like yesterday.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Yeah.
What about the girl that played the mean girl? What was her name? Bonnie?
I forgot who played that.
I don't remember.
It was an all-star cast.
It was an all-star cast, yeah.
And you know who else? What's his name? Something Montalban. The one who was the grandfather in Spy Kids. He played the voice of the old rich Mexican. Oh, wow. Remember the guy and his son? He was like the really buff dude and he had like the chin thing.
Oh yeah, I know what you're about.
Yeah, they became villains when Ron opened his mouth and he was like, "You should turn this into a lair," and try to.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was like the second episode.
I remember. Yeah, I actually remember that. I mean, I watched Kim Possible a lot. I don't remember every episode because it's been a while. That one show I did not never really backtrack to watch, like again. To like refresh my memory, but I enjoyed Kim Possible though. It was a good show. I liked it. I like Kim Possible. And I remember I always wanted Kim and Ron to go out and down to the actual finale that she did kiss when it was prom and stuff. They went out. So that was a good ending for the show.
I think back in the day, people used to like want the ringtone where it sounds like you're getting the call that Kim would get, and your phone would go.
Bag for real.
It probably sold a lot.
I think it did.
This was during the ringtone era.
It was. It really was. But then, of course, they had that terrible movie.
Oh.
Terrible Kim Possible movie.
But at least you saw them kiss.
Yeah, I mean, I watched it because I was a fan of Kim Possible. But that
movie ain't do it justice, huh?
That was 2 hours I could not get back. That actually had an actual naked mole rat. An actual naked mole rat. I was like, what the heezy?
You was always thinking, but okay.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, anyway, aside from that movie, terrible movie, the Kim Possible was a good cartoon. I don't think they're gonna do a reboot. I don't think you need a reboot for that.
Okay. If it was a reboot, it would be like any other. She'd probably have kids who don't know
that kids, yeah,
or whatever. And
had kids. Around married, they had kids. Kids secretly do mission things. Kim probably told her don't do that, but they don't listen, and the girl ended up doing it anyway. That's like a rebellious teen would do, stuff like that.
I wouldn't be mad at it, but we definitely don't need it. Like I don't feel like I
if it's like how they working hard on the Proud Family, I wouldn't mind it either. If they're just trying to put it out just to put it out, then yeah. As long as not like that, as long as not that trash Kim Possible movie, then I'm fine with it.
Oh, dude.
Because I don't mind them having a show about a girl who's like, she was an empowering character. So of course, I don't mind you having that for the next generation.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. If fit for the next generation, I agree with you. I agree with you on that.
You should just create a new one in that case, not reboot old stuff. Okay.
That's all they do these days.
It's lazy.
That's all they do these days, reboot.
It's mad lazy, son. But anyways, go ahead.
What's next?
So this next show, this next show was on another station, but then they brought it into Disney. We got Disney. We got Disney Doug. How you feel about Disney Doug?
It was the same. It was Nickelodeon Doug.
You said it was the same? Or you said it wasn't the same?
Basically.
They made a lot of changes, and
a lot of changes.
I was watching this girl talk about the changes, and I agree with her. I know what I'm talking about on YouTube.
Shout out
she broke it down real methodically, like to the T. Like she said, how the girl was skinny in this Disney Doug, and how they made Roger rich out of nowhere, how the school named BB Bluff because of father and all this stuff. It didn't stick to the, like, I guess they wanted to, they wish that if they would have rebooted it with them in high school, they would have just not changed the characters until 360, but minor changes. But they said, like, basically Disney Doug, they made a whole 360 from the original one. But I understand why, because they had different people that working on it.
Yeah, well, one shout out to Cartoon Lanes. She did broke it down. She really did broke it down. Like she broke it down.
Yeah.
For real. I mean, as a kid, when I watched it as younger, I didn't notice the changes in Disney Doug. Like I said on the last episode, I didn't see the difference between Disney and the Nickelodeon Doug. But it wasn't until I got older and I watched it and I brought the girl, like Roddy mentioned about the girl breaking down all the episodes and all the things changing. I'm like, yo, what the heezy? How come I didn't catch this as a kid? And it was so much change that did not make sense. And yeah, and it was just, I mean, I had mixed feelings about it. I enjoyed it, but at the same time, it didn't make sense. It had mixed feelings about Disney Doug. Also, they had the movie Poor Disney Doug as well. And yeah, I guess they made Disney version more successful than Nick, I guess. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but people were turned off from the Disney version of Doug anyway.
Yeah, they was.
It didn't get, I don't even think it lasted more than like a season.
It had 3 seasons.
Oh, it had 3? Oh wow.
I'll be honest, I thought it was 1, but no,
I thought it was 1 too. That's why I'm just like, wow, did they have a lot of seasons?
I know. I think for
The
Nick,
one is the one that I watched though.
yeah, because
You never watched the Nick?
I didn't have cable. I watched it on ABC on Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday
That's
was
when the Disney came out.
the Disney one came out. Yeah, they had it on ABC. Yeah, they had it on ABC channel on, and that's what I watched it too. That's what I watched Disney Duck as well on ABC. So
It's just for me at the time. I liked it because it was Doug and it was continuing. But when you compare it, you notice like, wow, they really did a 360 on this. It's really not the same.
I agree. But since we're on ABC lineup, let's talk about some ABC shows.
Oh yeah,
that was on that Saturday morning lineup. So Doug was one of them. Of course, you had Proud Family and Kim Possible as well. But let's talk about Recess. Recess was another show that was on that lineup.
Ooh, I love Recess. I love Recess. All the characters on the kickball crew.
Yeah.
You had TJ Detweiler, you had the girl Gretchen, you had Spinelli. Who else you had? Gus?
Mikey Gus.
And Vince.
Yeah.
Oh, Vince was a good character too. He was the only black kid.
Yeah, but he was the cool one.
He was the cool one.
And the fact of the King Bob on King Bob.
Yeah, King Bob.
Who? Oh, the little boy. Not Randall, the other boy that used to do for not Chocolate Boy.
You mean Menlo?
Think so.
Oh yeah, I remember that. And let's get back to Randall real quick. The snitch Randall. Let's get back to Randall real quick, man. That character was annoying. Randall.
Yeah, he was.
Mephisto was there, right? Mephisto was there, right? Mephisto. TJ doing this. Mephisto.
Yo, man, Recess was my favorite show. I still watch it on Saturday mornings. I have watched it over and over at this point that I kind of like wore it out. So I gotta take a break. But my favorite episode with Randall, well, it's actually two. I like the one with Prince Randall where he blackmailed King Bob and he have everybody building, what was it? Oh my gosh.
Statue?
You know how it get, just like when Gus became king of the playground, like they do the same thing every time. My favorite with Randall was the episode called The Trial, when they have that dirt cloud war, and then this little weasel lie and say Spinelli hit him with a rock, and they had a trial.
Oh, remember the Ashleys?
Oh, the Ashleys. Scandalous. That's all they say, yo. That's all they say, yo. Scandalous. Like,
and then they
a pile of tires in the street the other day, and I said, "Look, it's the Ashley's claim house."
Oh, gee, for real?
Yes.
And the fact that Spinelli was the Ashley, they had a whole episode.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. Yo,
where Spinelli find out she Ashley.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I've been watching the episode of Disney Plus. But I know my favorite episode is when Benelity, she went to Miss Fista's house for a weekend, and they were spending time together, and she hated being there. But then one day, she found out Miss Fista was fun, and then they started having fun together.
Y'all remember Jimbo? That's like one of my top episodes.
Jimbo. Jimbo. Yeah, everybody was on the Jumbo Gym, and it was about to break or something. I remember that episode.
No, they did that card game that they bought that they became obsessed with, and they turned into zombies. They started looking like that. Oh man! Or when they lost the ball and Gus kicked the ball into the lady's backyard, and it was like they had to go get it.
I think I watched almost every episode of Recess during that time. Man. I was hooked. I watched
a lot of episodes too. I don't remember a lot of them now because it's been a long time since I watched it. But yeah, Recess was a dope show.
It was a good show,
every Saturday morning. Even it was hard to watch Saturday morning because there was so much stuff I watch on Saturday morning on different channels.
Exactly.
But yeah, exactly. But I made sure I watched Recess though. Every Saturday, I made sure I watched Recess though. And the next show I watch this show every Saturday morning as well. I think it came on after recess. Pepper Ann.
Watch her in her own parade. Pepper Ann, she's like once in a million.
Oh man, I had to refresh my memory of Pepper Ann because I haven't watched that show in a very long time, and not on Disney Plus. So I had to watch it on YouTube. And I watched it. Y'all, I remember this show. Yo, this show was really good. Pepper Ann. It was real funny.
What was the friend name?
Milo. No, I'm sorry.
Milo. It was Milo. Yeah. Milo, and I forgot the girl name. I mean, I watched it yesterday. I forgot the girl name.
Was she blonde?
The blonde hair, yeah, the blonde hair girl she was with. I know she had a sister that sounded like a dude. She had a sister that sounded like a dude who always skateboarded and stuff.
I always have one memory of Pepper Ann. Like, I watched that show. I loved it. It was just so long ago, and I'm waiting for it to be on Disney Plus. But there was like one scene where she got her training bra, her first training bra, and she was in class doing a presentation, and the teacher asked her where her partner is, but she says, "Where's your support?" And she's like, "It's right here." And the teacher don't understand what she's talking about. And she was like, "It's right here." And she showed everybody her bra. Like,
I'm done. But I know another funny moment for Pepper Ann is when Pepper Ann, this random dude that she had a crush on, and he's so cool. He's like, yeah, remember how Amanda show they had the booty point and they had that weird dude who was so cool.
Yeah.
They had a cartoon version of that on Pepper Ann with the red. He was a really cool dude. And every time Pepper Ann come around, he always be shocked. And her friend would be like, "He's an 8th grader. He's an 8th grader. Oh, he want to talk to you. He's an 8th grader." Like, every time.
Yeah, Pepper Ann was a fun show.
It was a fun show.
I like that. Bring it on Disney Plus, man.
I wait for real. Bring on Disney Plus. I'm waiting too. I'm waiting for that to be on Disney Plus as well.
For real.
All right, so next show we're gonna dive into the afternoon lineup for Disney, and we're gonna start with DuckTales. DuckTales.
Solve a mystery or rewrite history. DuckTales.
How you feel about DuckTales?
That
was an interesting show. It was a dope show with the three boys. I loved it.
They were adorable.
I loved it too. It was so long ago though. It was so long ago. I know that it was about when Donald dropped his three nephews off to his Uncle Scrooge, and they love it them. And they basically do like a lot of adventures and stuff like that. And I like I said, that was one of the first shows I watched as a kid. When it was on the afternoon lineup, it was one of the first shows I watched as a kid. Afternoon, sometimes Saturday morning. And yeah, I enjoyed DuckTales.
It was Huey, Dewey, and Louie, right?
Yeah, Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Yeah, there you go.
Adorable.
Yeah, and later they had a spinoff show later called Crack Pack. When they moved back in with Donald, and they did basically the same thing they did on DuckTales, but with Donald. Have you ever watched Crack Pack? Or have you ever remember it?
I don't remember it.
But yeah, I mean, I don't remember it either, but I watched it recently to catch up on it, and it wasn't my favorite show from the bunch. But I mean, it was cool, but it wasn't my favorite show for the bunch. It was basically about them three. Just like a DuckTales with them three. They were living with Donald again, and they did like a mini adventures and stuff like that. Like mini adventures. Basically, the thing about Disney cartoons, a lot of it had the same plot. Like
it do.
A lot of it had the same plot. Either it's about fighting crime, or it's about they do some weird adventures, weird plot adventures, stuff like that.
Did you say it was about the nephews?
Yeah, the nephews, yeah. It's just like DuckTales. It's about the three nephews. They're living with Donald, though, and they had to do adventures and stuff. It's on Disney Plus now. I watched it. I started watching it again. It's a cool show. From what I remember. And like I said, it wasn't my favorite show as a kid, but...
Was either of those shows related to Darkwing Duck?
A lot of them was. Yeah, a lot. Yeah. And think
Like,
about it.
wasn't that his like cousin or brother?
Yeah. I think they were cousins. I think Duckery Duck was their cousin, I believe. And no, it's funny. Good thing you said Duckery Duck, because that's the next show. Duckery Duck. Get serious. Duckery Duck.
Basically, the Duck Batman.
Baby, the Batman of Disney. Basically, the Batman of Disney. That's exactly what it is.
They should just call him Batman Duck.
Bat.
No, that would be stupid. Bat Duck. Nah, he would have sounded like a hybrid. Anyways.
Oh, gee. What you gonna say about that one? Yeah.
Duckery Duck. But how you feel about Duckery Duck?
Gotta be related to Donald Duck.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy Duckery Duck. You know, I used to enjoy it.
It was okay to me.
I liked it.
I liked it too. You know, and yeah, I enjoyed it. You know, I can't wait to watch it again. I got refreshed by Murray on it though, but I definitely enjoyed it. Kid, it had the sidekick, the duck robot sidekick as well, and yeah, it was a cool show. I enjoyed Duckery Duck.
You know it's on Disney Plus, right?
Yeah, I know that. I know that. I gotta. Here's the thing. Doing this episode, I had to catch up on a lot of shows that I did not remember. And
I'm gonna do it tomorrow morning.
yeah, I definitely go watch that on Duckery Duck again.
Yeah.
But have y'all watched Mighty Duck? The Mighty Ducks?
Mm-mm.
I do not watch the cartoons, just the movies.
Well, I mean, I watched Mighty Duck when I was younger. Wasn't a big fan of it. I thought I'd watch it again. And the theme song was dope. They had a dope theme song. It was basically about, you know, of course, ducks, just like the movie Duck Play Hockey, but just like any Disney cartoon plot, they're fighting crime. That's basically, like I said, all of them had the same plot, literally the same plot. Yeah, I know. So also we got a show called Bonkers. Have you ever watched Bonkers?
Yeah, I watched the Bonkers when I was growing up. Bonkers was weird though. I don't know. Like, it's still weird to me. I tried to watch it yesterday.
You know how I feel about Bonkers? You know who Bonkers remind me of?
Cool.
Bonkers remind me of Roger Rabbit.
Bonkers
remind me of Roger Rabbit. Like Roger Rabbit was Racky, Bonkers Racky. Roger Rabbit had work with a detective. Bonkers worked with a Bonkers would work with a cop.
Word.
You know, I was saying he had the red hair, like
Roger. Yeah, he had the red hair.
Rabbit.
And thing about Bonkers that I like, but I didn't notice it until I rewatched it a couple of days ago. They had some crossover cartoons that was on like crossover movies and shows. It came on Bonkers.
Oh, and really?
Yeah, they had.
I honestly didn't remember all of that because Bonkers was so long that I watched it.
It was so long ago. I know Bonkers had the teacup guy from Alice in Wonderland. They had other people too, but they had a lot of people. I know at one point on Bonkers that they changed the character, his partner. I remember his partner in the beginning was a male. He had a family, wife, and kids. But then later in the next season, they changed to a girl partner who was more laid back and chill. Who was like, well, like when Bonkers used to act up, she didn't care. When his original partner act up, when Bonkers used to act up around his original partner, his partner didn't want to have it. His partner was like, yo, that'd be annoying.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah. But Bonkers was an okay show, yo. It was just so long ago that it ended that, you know.
Yeah, it was long ago. It was one of those shows that was on WB afternoon. WB. We had a lot of line of readers mentioned DuckTales, Duckery Duck. The next show I'm about to mention, Gargoyles, was another show.
Gargoyles.
Yeah. How y'all feel about Gargoyles?
That show was so 80s.
It was.
Literally came out before my time.
Nah, that show came out in the 90s. That show came out in the
late 80s.
It was still showing in the 90s, if anything.
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause I caught
yeah.
it when I was little.
I caught it when I was little too. I caught it in the 90s. But it would probably, but the thing, but I would agree with you on one thing. It did have an 80s feel to it though. But
I'm so sure it came out in the 80s. Oh, maybe I'm thinking of Transformers.
Yeah, Transformers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Transformers. There we go.
Transformers came out in the 80s.
Up. Wow.
Yeah, Transformers came out. But think about it, do remind me. But the thing about good thing he said that comparison. I kind of didn't think about it until you just mentioned that. They do remind me of each other. You think about it, because Transformers was cars that transformed during a certain time. Gargoyles, they were statues, and at night they transform into gargoyles. You know, and fighting crime and stuff like that. I know as a kid, I wasn't too big on gargoyles. I probably didn't understand it as a kid.
I still wasn't big on it, but I remember watching it though religiously on the block, the program block.
Yeah, but I mean now watching it recently, I understand it a lot more now.
You know what's crazy?
I got to adult, yeah.
Back in the day, you had program blocks of shows, and they were all like good and stuff. Like, ain't that something? Like, you just sit there and watch the block for the hours.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
You already have that like, days.
Yeah, you don't have that. Yeah, you don't have that nowadays. You don't have that nowadays. You know,
you gotta pick and choose what you watch, and sometimes the show's an hour, so it takes away from it being 4 shows. It'd be like 2 shows, and half the time the second show you only want to watch.
That's true. That's true. But
didn't shows though the block of shows that they had after school, didn't that really kind of end around like the mid 90s? Because after school, then I started watching like Yu-Gi-Oh and Dragon Ball Z came on. I don't remember when that shift happened.
Yeah, it did happen. I know the Disney lineup was from, I believe, with 1990s until like probably 97, 98, I think. Because that when they started having other shows like Pokemon were coming in the afternoon, Yu-Gi-Oh, like you mentioned. A lot. They had a show called Detention was on in the afternoon. I think this show called Generation O. Yeah, they shift from the Disney lineup. And they changed. They took
not only Disney, but Fox Kids and CBS and all of that, right?
Yeah, I mean, but they took off the Disney off of after school and put it on Saturday mornings on CBS, because CBS was nothing but Disney on CBS in the morning with nothing but Disney at one point.
CBS in the morning. Give an example.
You
mean ABC?
ABC too. ABC they both had it. ABC and CBS had it.
I don't remember the CBS block though.
Like CBS block was, I'm gonna tell you lineup from what I remember. CBS block was 101 Dalmatians. It was a Little Mermaid. Timon and Pumbaa was on ABC, but they moved it to CBS later. Aladdin was also on CBS, but then ABC around that time. Yeah, it was weird.
Oh, wow, so there was CBS.
It was weird.
I think that.
Yeah, but I don't think that lasted long though. That changed like later, but yeah. But speaking of that, we do have a couple more shows. We still got a lot of these shows for Saturday morning. We got Chip and Dale, Rescue Rangers. Do y'all remember that?
Did not watch it.
Dang. What about you, Roddy?
I watched it. It was an okay show.
Yeah, I watched it too. That was, like I said, I literally watch every afternoon, Saturday morning cartoon show. Chip and Joe was not, I mean, as a kid, it probably was my favorite. Now, I don't remember much from it. That's one show that never got a chance to refresh my memory on. They also have good Goof Troops.
Goof Troop. I watched that show after school.
Yeah, I definitely. What do you think about it?
That was like a spinoff of a Goofy movie.
Yeah.
No, that before Goofy movie.
Oh, was?
Yeah, that was before Goofy movie because Max was younger. Remember, Max was younger. Goofy movie, Max was in high school.
Oh.
It was too long ago.
It was I don't know, too long ago. So Goof
Too long became a thing. I'm lost.
Yeah, because the thing about it, It was about Goofy and Mac. They moved to a new town, and that when they met Pete and his family, and then they became friends. I don't remember how it ended, so I guess the movie was supposed to be the finale of the Goof Troop. I guess, and I guess since the movie got so successful, they gave them another part to the movie, a part 2 to the Goofy movie.
Another Goofy movie.
Yeah,
which I haven't seen in like a minute.
Yeah. So I mean, Gooch was dope.
Aladdin, I think.
Gooch was dope, and I enjoy Gooch Troop. So since you mentioned it, let's talk about Aladdin, the TV series.
I love Aladdin, bro.
I love Aladdin too.
I love it too. I mean, I don't
Ever
remember
since the movie.
Yeah, because the movie came out first.
It's not on Disney Plus yet.
Nah, I know.
Oh no, really?
I
tried looking for it.
Me too.
That's OD. Nah.
I know.
You gotta do something about that, yo.
Yeah, come on. Aladdin.
Do you remember any episodes from Aladdin?
Nah, I don't remember no episode from Aladdin. I remember all the cast was in it, Iago and Abu and stuff was in it. And I know it was after they got married. So it took place after part 3, I believe. I think it took place after part 3.
I don't think they were married. I think he was just living in the palace.
Oh, so part 2. So this took place after part 2 then. I guess. Because remember, part 3, they got married. Jasmine and Aladdin got married part 3. So, yeah. So I guess the show took place after Return of Jafar, then?
I guess.
All of that?
That's so mixed up. That's so weird. It's so weird, but...
The third movie came out after the show.
Yeah. I think it did. Yeah, I think the third movie did came out after the show.
One episode I can say I remember, I think you can even see on YouTube, there was a crossover with Hercules.
Yeah, I remember that.
You could find it on YouTube when they meet each other. I forgot why. Like Hades was in Agrabah for some reason. It was crazy.
I remember that. I remember the crossover episode. I remember
I love crossover. I love crossovers. I do not remember that one. I gotta watch it now. Now you make me want to watch it now.
Go on YouTube and put it in and you'll see it. Probably like only a clip though. Like we need to show.
I don't mind that. I love crossovers, so I love crossovers. And we got a show that talk about a lot of crossover. We're gonna get to that not yet though. Not yet. We're gonna save that a little bit. But since you mentioned Hercules, I'm gonna change up my list a little bit. How you feel about Hercules, this TV series?
I can barely remember it, but I'm sure I watched it.
I watched it. It was a good show. You had the guy with the burning hair. What was his name?
Hades.
Hades.
It was Hades. Yeah.
You had Hercules. You had what other characters y'all
know? To be honest, I watched Hercules, but I don't remember much from Hercules like at all. Like just like Aladdin.
Too long for me.
Yeah, just like Aladdin. I can't refresh my memory on the show itself.
It had a good run.
Yeah. It was Hercules when he was like young.
Oh yeah. I do.
A teenager, not when he was like full on Hercules.
We was in the movies, like how he was in the movie. So it was like a prequel.
Probably right.
Okay. So do y'all remember the show that came on at 12 o'clock every Saturday morning? Was Saturday afternoon at 12 o'clock called A New Adventure of Winnie the Pooh?
Of course.
I did.
Who don't remember Winnie the Pooh?
When I had nothing else to watch, but I was never a Winnie the Pooh type of person. Like I didn't care for the Christopher Robin reboot, remake, live action, whatever you call it. I didn't care for it. I never cared for Winnie the Pooh like that, shockingly.
I mean,
I wasn't a big Winnie the Pooh fan. I can admit it.
I wasn't either. And it always come out. I always watched it. But it was one of those shows that I just watched to watch, like how you felt about Corey in the House and how you felt about Corey in the House, and how I felt about Winnie the Pooh. I watched it to watch it, but it wasn't really a show that I really cared to watch. It was just like this a show.
It was on right next.
Yeah.
And that's when the what do you call it? The block. What did you call it now? The time block. That's when it ended for me at 12 o'clock. Just like when Looney Tunes used to come on Channel 11 at 12 o'clock. Sometimes I watched it, sometimes I didn't.
Yeah, because sometimes after Looney Tunes, Soul Train would come on at 12 o'clock on WB.
That means the morning ended.
But I mean, at one point they added this show into the block at 12:30, and I would watch it only because for this show we got the House of Mouse. How you feel about the House of Mouse?
Yes, I watched that show.
That was like the biggest crossover ever. So it had every character from the movies and the show. And my guy,
I gotta check that out because I wasn't watching at the time.
You wasn't?
Nah, I wasn't.
Here's the thing about the House of Mouse. The House of Mouse was about Mickey. He hosts a comedy, like a comedy club with all the Disney characters was in it. Every cartoon Disney character was in it. Max was the door guy. Older Max with the door guy and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
And they play like Disney cartoons, like Mickey Mouse and stuff like that. But they also had storylines in between the cartoons.
It's on Plus.
Oh, it is.
It is. I did not. It is on Disney Plus.
I watched it somewhere, so it's on something.
I gotta look for it. I've been trying. I don't think it's on Disney Plus. I gotta look for it. Because I do watch House of Mouse. That was my show. I used to watch it every 12:30 after the Winnie the Pooh, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed House of Mouse, man. I enjoyed it, and it was fun. It was fun for what it was, It had every character, from Hercules, the Tailspin Crab, Simba.
I gotta check out a few episodes now, bro.
Yeah, they even had it was one special on that show where it had hero versus villain, where the villain took over every villain for every Disney show and movie.
Wow, this sounds exciting.
It does. It was exciting.
I'm about to really look it up.
Yeah, you gotta look at it. You gotta check it out, man. House of Mouse, man. Right, so,
I think it was on YouTube. That might have been where I saw it.
Yeah, I'm about to look on YouTube too. It's a lot of show I gotta check out. Thanks a lot, man. The lot of show I gotta check out and remember now. Sure, I gotta watch that as a Sunny with a Chance, because that show caught my attention earlier. And yeah,
you gotta check out the crossover Hercules and Aladdin.
Crossover Hercules and Aladdin. I love crossovers.
That too.
I love crossovers. One thing about me, I love crossovers. Like off the back, I love crossovers. So this show, House of Mouse, was like the biggest crossover ever. I loved it. So this next show, I didn't know when I was a kid that this was a spinoff show to something else until I found this was a spinoff show, Tailspin. Have y'all watched Tailspin?
And what is it a spinoff of again?
Jungle Book.
Jungle Book.
Yeah.
I didn't watch Tailspin.
Yeah, because if you watch Jungle Book, you remember the bear Abu? He was the main character. I didn't notice that when I was a kid. He was the main character. He wanted to start flying a plane, and he got some people. Two other characters from Jungle Book, the monkey and the tiger. They was in the show too. Tiger was like a boss man and stuff like that. I don't remember a lot from it because it's been so long. It's another show just like Chip and Dale that it was so long. It was a dope show. I enjoyed it as a kid. That's also part of my afternoon lineup. I used to watch and check it out. It's on Disney Plus. Check it out. So next show we got is Timon and Pumbaa. How y'all feel about Timon and Pumbaa?
That was the one that came on after school, right? I think like 4:30.
Yeah, it came on after school, and then they moved it to Saturday mornings, and that was today. It was on Channel 7, and then they moved to Channel 2 later.
I watched it, but it doesn't mean it was great.
I mean, to be honest, I only remember one episode, and I remember the episode because a big star came on it. Simba came on the show one episode, and yeah, Simba came on the show, and it was cool. So,
it was all right.
Yeah, it was all right. How you feel about it, Roddy?
Timon and Pumbaa. Those are my favorite characters from
Lion King.
The Lion King. So of course I was tuned in every week for that, man.
Does that mean you like Lion King 1.5 too?
Yeah, I did. I like the Lion
King. I think Lion
I'm a big Lion King fan.
I think Lion King 1.5 was the reason why Timon and Pumbaa happened. or the one that had came out later. So I don't think one that had came out at the time. Timon and Pumbaa came out. Okay, maybe not. Yeah, maybe not.
I'm a big Lion King fan too, but like I said, it wasn't great.
Yeah, I mean,
I enjoyed it though.
Timon and Pumbaa was alright. It was alright. I just remember the episode about when Simba came on the show and they spent time with him and stuff like that. That's the only episode I remember for that show. What about 101 Dalmatians?
But then that was on after school at some point, I think. No?
I did on Saturday morning. No, that's Saturday morning.
Saturday morning. I did watch that.
Yeah, Channel 7. That was on Channel 7.
I watched that, but I don't remember it too well.
Just like you said about Timon and Pumbaa, this was one of those shows that I watched, but I didn't like.
It was okay.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's all I can say about it. What about you, Roddy?
What would the episodes be about? Like, it would be like what, the dogs getting into mischief or something?
Yeah, I think the puppy gets into mischief, and they try to sell credit of the bill, stop credit of the bills, and
I mean, I was never a 101 Dalmatians fan like that, so I didn't really care for the cartoon.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of me either. I wasn't a fan of it either.
With Glenn Close, I just watched them.
I mean, for that reason only. For that reason, I was a fan because of Glenn Close. But I talk about in general though. I wasn't a fan of.
If you're not a fan of the movie, the show not gonna attract you.
Yeah, the show. Yeah, the cartoon. I mean, I enjoyed the movie, but the cartoon was even worse. I couldn't enjoy the cartoon at all.
Okay. I thought you meant the movie. So
no. Shout out to Glenn Close. I enjoyed Glenn Close. She killed it as Coretta. I gotta check out Emma Stone.
The cartoon version was just trash.
I gotta watch Emma Stone movie. though. I haven't watched that one yet.
I've been trying to watch that Cruella movie too much, but I heard right.
Dang. So what about the Little Mermaid?
Oh yeah.
Roddy's favorite show. Go ahead, Roddy.
Yo, Roddy got hype.
The Little Mermaid.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, the Sebastian with the Under the Sea song, and then Ursula and the Little Mermaid. It was a dope show to me. I like it.
I mean, I don't remember the show too much. I did watch a couple episodes though, but I didn't. Like I said, that was on CBS. So I mean, I watched it, but I didn't really watch it like that. Not enough to remember it. But that is on Disney Plus though. So shockingly enough, that is on Disney Plus. So I
don't remember it too much, but I'm sure
I remember the theme song though. The theme song was the same. Was like how she like then it switch up to Under the Sea, and yeah, that's how I remember the theme song. All right, so next cartoon we got is it's a lot of movies that turned the TV series on this list. So we got Lilo and Stitch TV series. How y'all feel about Lilo and Stitch?
I didn't really watch it. Then again, I'm not even the biggest Lilo and Stitch fan. Like, I like the movie. I've seen a few times. I watched it for AAPI month, but I wasn't really into Lilo and Stitch, the movie, like that for me to be watching the show.
Yeah.
I think it was one of those things that I passed on.
Yeah, I didn't watch the show either, at all. I know it came on ABC, but I didn't rewatch it like that either.
I wasn't a big enough fan of the movie to want to care about the show, so I'm sorry.
I agree. All right, what about Tarzan, the Legend of Tarzan TV series?
I like that.
I watched Tarzan though. I did watch that.
I watched Tarzan every morning. Every morning I watch Tarzan. He used to come on in the morning every day. I remember what Tarzan. It was on Channel 9, I believe, with Tarzan, Sonic, Pokemon, and then something else. It was
Lloyd in Space.
No, it wasn't Lloyd in Space.
That was Saturday.
You said in the morning. Oh, I'm sorry. Buzz Lightyear came on.
It was Buzz Lightyear. It was Buzz Lightyear.
Oh yeah, Buzz
It was Buzz
Lightyear.
Lightyear. There you go. It was Buzz Lightyear. But yeah, I enjoyed Tarzan. Tarzan was a dope show.
I did too. I remember the one episode that I can remember always was the one where there was like, she was like the queen or leader of this tribe. It was this beautiful African woman, and then Jane was intimidated by her as always, and she thought that Tarzan wanted her, which was funny because it's like we watched the movie and we're like, wait, they're in Africa, where the black people at?
Nice.
And they actually did like show up in the show eventually, but she wasn't feeling her, and she did want Tarzan because Tarzan looked good and she looked good, but it didn't happen for them at the end.
Yeah. The thing about it, I think I remember the episode. Now they mention it. It's been a long time since I watched that show though. Like I used to watch it every morning. I remember I used to wake up, get ready for school, watch it every morning. Like that Buzz Lightyear cartoon. I used to watch it every morning. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Tarzan. What about you, Roddy?
It came on like 9 o'clock though. I think we watched it during summer vacation.
Probably was vacation.
Really?
I mean,
I don't remember the time it came on.
I didn't know. I used to watch it early in the morning before I left. I didn't know that. I used to watch it early in the morning before I left.
Now Tarzan was a good show. I liked it. I naturally liked the Tarzan, so I naturally stuck to the show to the end.
Yeah, because I remember how I watched it. It was random. I was waking up in the morning. I would turn on the channel, and I see Tarzan. Wait, Tarzan got a cartoon? And it just came on. I started watching it. I just couldn't stop watching it. And it was a dope show.
Wow, like one thing I realized, like they really put on, like growing up, we really had a different time. Like we really had cartoons on almost all the time.
True, yeah. That's true. We had cartoons on all different times. Saturday mornings, in the morning, and Saturday.
Or school too.
Sunday, like all day on Sunday.
And before
which is why next episode we talk about childhood cartoons. We talk about dive into the Saturday mornings, the afternoons, block and stuff like that. That is not Disney or Nickelodeon. So yeah, check out the next episode of Old School Show. Yeah, we'll dive more into that. But let's get back to the Disney episode because we got a few more stuff.
Yeah, bro.
Let's talk about. Don't get me wrong. Help me out if I pronounce this wrong. Phoebus and Fiber.
Phineas and Ferb.
There you go, Phoebus and Ferb. Yeah, there you go. Phoebus and Ferb. My bad.
Wait,
that we not watch the show. That we not watch the show.
You didn't even watch that show. Not me. I
never watched that. You never watched it either?
We're talking about Phineas and Ferb, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I know that the kid who plays Phineas is the boy from Everybody Hates Chris.
Which one?
His friend. What was his name? Greg.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. Really?
Greg is the voice of Phineas.
Oh, wow. Now I gotta watch now. I never watched it. I never watched it.
He's like,
I told you around that time of Disney Channel, I stopped watching Disney, so I didn't bother to watch it.
That came on like Saturday mornings, right? That would be the time where I would flip it back to Channel 11.
Oh, yeah, because around that time, Channel 11 was popular. Channel 11 was popular. So.
I couldn't watch everything on ABC. I had to watch my WB too.
Exactly, bro.
And this didn't make the cut.
Exactly. This is why next episode we're gonna dive into the WB lineup and the Fox lineup and every other cartoon that we watched as a kid. Also, we also got David Sears on the next episode too, joining us for the cartoon episode of the Old School Show. So, yeah, but yeah, so
I know what we're gonna do today.
So next episode,
I can't believe Greg. Now I gotta check that out, bro.
Me too. Now I gotta check that out too. I gotta check that out too. That Magna been throwing out suggestions that we didn't watch, and we gotta watch it now. Magna, she's like, oh my God. And three things that you told me today
is the older sister.
Yeah, and three things that you told me about today. Three things you told me about today that I gotta watch now. Sunny with a Chance, the clip of the spin up, the crossover between Aladdin and Hercules, and now Fever and Fetus.
You're not even saying it right, then.
I know I'm not saying it right.
I'm not saying it right.
I know I'm not saying it right. Fever and
penis and fur.
Fever the fur. Yeah, Fever the fur.
What's next?
Next show we got Lloyd of Space.
Oh, yay. I love that show. I can barely remember it, and I can't wait for it to be on Disney Plus. But I love that show.
I feel like I watched it a little bit, but I don't remember too much about it.
I was a fan of the show. I just can't even explain what went on in the show.
Yeah, I feel like I watched a couple episodes. I think I watched a couple episodes of this show, but did not remember this at all.
It was a show about aliens. That's all I can say.
And I remember, just like you, just like Saturday morning, I would watch the Channel 11 most likely. I would watch the Channel 11 when this was on. So
this was not part of the ABC One Saturday Morning block.
It was on Saturday. Yeah, it was on Saturday morning.
It was probably the last show on that block, right?
Yeah, probably because
by that time everybody quit.
Yeah, they was definitely on Saturday morning, and I was watching. Majority of my stuff I watched with WB around that time. Majority of it WB and some stuff with Fox, and very few with ABC at the time. I think this next show is Roddy gonna get excited for this next show. I think this is Roddy's favorite show. Teacher's Pet.
Oh, sure.
How you feel about Teacher's Pet?
I was just watching it just now, yo. I like Teacher's Pet. Teacher's Pet, though, like it has the greatest Disney feel because they had a lot of singing and a lot of the characters were singing. It was, it's the teacher and then the son and the dog want to be a boy, basically. So he go to school. He put on pants and put on the glasses, and he go to the boys' school, and it's actually the teacher don't know that it's her dog.
Oh yeah, right. I do remember that. Yeah, I do remember
like Brian Griffin going
similar to that. Yeah, you could say that's a similar concept to that. Like basically, if it was like, yeah.
Wait,
but they know Brian Griffin. They all know Brian Griffin talk.
Yeah,
he didn't know that. The teacher don't know that it's her real dog in that class.
Did the family know? The family knew, right, that he went to school with the boy, right?
Well, it was basically the parent and the cat. The cat and the parent knew. And of course, the boy that was in the class, Leonard, the son knew, but the mother never knew the whole time, which was weird.
Oh, I mean, I did watch this show for a little bit. You
didn't stick with it?
I probably did not like that. Not to the point that I watched like faithfully though, but I did watch every here and there. This show.
What you thought?
I know it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It's just like I said, it was this at that time a lot of stuff was on that I was watching that I couldn't really keep up with,
Got it. Yeah, because this was around time where a lot of stuff was on. It was a Saturday morning show. Yeah. And these were the shows that they put on later in the one Saturday morning block. So I kind of understand.
Because a lot of the shows that I watched that was later on other channels, I was watching those on the channel. Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh was on around the time. Stuff like that. Yeah, but I mean, I like Teacher's Pet though. I liked it when I did watch it though. What a bad show.
Nah, it's not a bad show.
That was Nathan Lane, who was the voice of the dog.
Who?
Nathan Lane. Come on. This dude isn't everything. The really loud gay dude who he was in the birdcage. He was. Come on, man. I don't know why I can't think of what he's been in.
I feel like I know who you're talking about. I think I know who you're talking about. I just can't think right now. I know exactly who you're talking about though.
I can't think of nothing, even though he's been in so much stuff. All I can think of is the birdcage with Robin Williams. He's voiced a lot of characters too.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Nathan Lane. That name sounds very familiar though.
He was on Broadway, but I can't remember what show.
Yeah, I just can't. I just can't think right now. I know the name sounds very familiar. I just can't think right now though.
Oh man,
think.
I can't remember.
So the next show we got the Weekenders.
Weekenders.
The Weekenders.
Whatever. I feel about that show.
I don't know the Weekenders. I don't know. Was it on a long time because it was a show I started to get into, but I think it came off the air. I stopped watching after a while. Like I don't know if it keep my interest.
I watched it.
It was on for a minute.
Yeah, they were animated funny. Like they had really big heads, small necks.
I didn't watch the week.
I watched it. It was a fun show. Like it was a group of kids hanging out on the weekends and stuff.
Yeah, like I like the concept that it always revolved around it's the weekend.
Well, that is on Disney Plus. I'm gonna check that out. That is on Disney Plus. I just never got here to.
I confuse Weekenders with the show Detention a lot. I don't know if he was gonna bring up that show.
Oh no, that's not Disney. The Detention is I know exactly. I used to watch Detention actually because it was on WB. They used to come on WB in the afternoon.
But the Weekenders have like rocket power feel to me a little bit.
I mean, because it's the same
kind of
Detention, but that was a WB. Oh damn.
Yeah, Detention with WB.
Oh, Detention. I remember that too, bro.
Yeah, because that was on the afternoon. I remember that. Yeah, he used to come on WB with Generation O and stuff like that. And I remember that show. I remember the week. But I never got a chance to watch the Weekenders though. I never got a chance to watch it. I never got a chance to. But I'm gonna check it out though. Since you mentioned it, so it was a good show. I'm gonna check it out. It's on Disney Plus, Roddy. So you go finish the series off if you wanna. The last show that I'm gonna mention that I haven't watched, but everything else after I could talk about everything else after this. Fillmore.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Fillmore?
I confuse Detention.
Fillmore, yeah, it's called Fillmore.
I watched Fillmore. Fillmore was a dope show. He was a crime fighting guy in school. He seemed like he was in like 7th or 8th grade. He had a best friend that was a girl. He was a black kid. I forgot. I think that's what I remember from the show. He
was voiced by Orlando Brown again.
Orlando Brown.
Right. Wow.
So this kid had a career, man. Sad.
He was
right.
He was big on Disney. Gee Louise.
Yes, he was.
I never got a chance to watch it. Like
Orlando Brown,
but it was another show that was on Saturday morning. I never got a chance to watch it.
Orlando Brown been getting to that bread since he was little, since Family Man. So.
Yeah. Since Family Matters, yo. Like, gee, man.
He been getting to that bread.
Now I feel sad now that his career, his life took a different turn because that dude was talented, yo.
He was talented.
Mental health, I'm sure, it's always mental health or drugs, or sometimes mental health as the effect of drugs.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And think about it, a lot of child stars go through that. They go through
they do.
That. Not even we ain't joking about it. We want all y'all to get better, so y'all could show y'all talents, to the world again. But of course, take care of yourself first. Because that's more important than anything.
I watched Fillmore when I could, but that was one of the shows where I got a dip to watch the WB. But like in between shows, then I would watch Fillmore, but then I'd be like, I gotta go back to Pokemon or whatever.
That's why I never watched it, because every time a show was on, I just never got a chance to watch it. And I get hear good things about Fillmore. Even you sent me a thing about Fillmore recently. And I'm like, yeah, I never watched the show. I always wanted to,
I like the show though. I like the show. It's really a dope show. It's really good concept around that time. I would check out most episodes.
It's not on Disney Plus, but
you'll find it on YouTube probably.
YouTube, yeah, probably YouTube.
Roddy, Roddy, do you remember that famous line from Fillmore? Like that was in the gift I sent you, Ken, where I forgot what happened, but like this white girl, she had played Fillmore, and he like basically he said to her she cooked for him, and he was mad and he was gonna dip, and then he was like, by the way, that chicken was dry. Real chicken.
I don't remember that part, but
I remember.
Fillmore was that cool dude though. That's all I gotta say about this.
I gotta watch it now. Y'all make me. Yo, Magna, you on the money when me want to watch stuff.
Exactly,
now.
really.
You on the money.
Probably even some of the listeners who
I
never
didn't even watch it like that.
Yeah, you told me 5 things today that you describe in a good way that make you want to watch.
You're probably gonna have the listeners watching these shows too, yo.
Facts.
So
Come on,
getting a Disney check.
Facts.
Come
on. Fillmore, the Week Tenders. Maybe Fever, whatever the Fever, whatever his name is.
Venus and Fur.
Fever and Fur. Of the Aladdin and Hercules crossover, and a Sunny with a Chance. You got like 5 things that now, make me want to watch. I'm definitely gonna watch all these things now. All right, so now let's talk about American Dragon, Jake Long. American Dragon.
I don't know this one.
Got changed for me.
It was on Disney Channel. I watched American Dragon a little bit, but I didn't watch it like that. But I watched it. The theme song caught my attention all the time though. The theme song was dope. That theme song was fire. That was one reason why I watched the show, because the theme song. But the concept of the show was a boy who turned into a dragon, like a crown fighting dragon, of course. Like Disney came in original, because all they do is put on shows that got crown fighters, and stuff like that.
That's a boy show, right? Like that was a legit boy show.
Yeah, it's a boy show. It's a boy show. I mean, he had female friends. He had friends that female, but yeah, it was overall a boy show though. It was a cool show. It was a cool show for what it was, stuff like that.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, Disney Plus, you can check it out.
Was that on Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon? I mean, after school.
I know that was definitely on Disney Channel. I think they did play on Saturday morning though. They did play on ABC Saturday morning though. I don't think not for a long time though. I think that probably was one of the last shows they put on ABC Saturday morning, I believe.
What about you, Rod?
I didn't watch American Dragon, Jake Long. I didn't watch it.
Yeah. All right. So this next show, this was on ABC at night. The show called Dinosaurs. Have you ever watched that show?
Who?
Dinosaurs.
Oh, Dinosaurs.
It was a live action show.
I peeped it once, but I didn't stick with it.
I definitely watched that show as a kid. You used to come on first with Boy Meets World, then it used to be Dinosaurs, and then it was Family Matters, stuff like that. It was a cool show.
TGIF, you talking
TGIF,
about?
yeah. TGIF, yeah, it was TGIF, yeah, night. TGIF, yeah.
Didn't touch that yet, but
yeah, it was a classic. I mean, Dinosaurs was a funny show. It was a funny comedy show. It was a mother, father, older brother, and a baby. The baby would spotlight the show. He was comedy Jew. It was funny. They were just recently added that on Disney Plus as of recently. So if y'all never seen it, y'all gotta watch it. Y'all would die laughing on watching that show. It's very funny. Okay, so the last couple of shows, these are shows that were not Disney original, but they were accredited by Disney. They're basically Disney partners. Like they were under the same company, but it wasn't original. It was originally by Disney. So are you ready for the last couple of shows?
Let's do this.
All right, so the first show we got is Sabrina, the animated series. Have you ever watched that?
yes, I like that show.
I did watch it. I have mixed feelings about it. Yeah, I mean, it was up and down for me. I watched it. It was up and down. Not a good thing, but not a bad thing.
It wasn't like a sitcom at all.
Nah, it wasn't. It was not related to sitcom at all. But Melissa Joan Hart was the cartoon as well, right? Wait for the
No, it was voiced by her sister Emily Hart.
Oh,
I didn't know that. Okay.
Her younger sister.
Okay, nice, dope. All right. What about you, Roddy?
I like Sabrina the animated series. It just had such a different feel that I didn't stick with it for too long.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, I feel you in that. I feel you in that.
Like if it was on and nothing was on, I'll watch it. But other than that, it wasn't something I went to. Because I liked the Melissa Joan Hart one more.
Me too.
It felt like a watered down version to me.
It was because it was animated. It was animated. So
yeah, but it didn't have the same feel.
Oh yeah. I feel. I don't understand what you're saying.
It took I don't know. It just didn't have the same feeling. They tried though. They did try.
I feel like you feel that way because you're comparing it too much to the live action sitcom. It was like totally.
I think
different.
my expectation after watching the whole live action sitcom is that it's supposed to follow up with the same expectations.
Yeah,
even though it's totally different.
And it didn't.
It
so
didn't.
That's probably why I felt that way.
Yeah, that's usually the case. Yeah, that's usually the case. That's usually the case. All right. So what about Growing Pains? You ever watch Growing Pains?
Yes.
Classic.
Yes. I watched it on Amazon. Like probably a year back. Like when he ran for president. That was a good show.
Yeah,
that was like
classic, man.
Like Full House.
Yeah. I think it was on ABC as well. I think it was. I'm not sure. Was it around the same time as Full House or was it after? No, not was it after. It was definitely before Full House. Because Karen, Alan Thicke, Robert Thicke father, recipe Alan Thicke, man. Recipe Alan Thicke, man, my guy. Yeah, he was. I enjoy Growing Pains. It's been a long time since I watched it to remember it, but I definitely watched it. But it was a long time to really like watch it. What about you, Roddy?
I wasn't watching at the time, but I heard about it.
Leonardo DiCaprio had joined the cast later on as like this homeless kid. So that was like one of his earlier starts. And it came on before Full House because you know that Kirk Cameron is the brother of Candace Cameron.
Yeah.
DJ on the show. So she kind of got her start.
Oh yeah, right. That's true. Oh snap. Oh wow.
She used to, I think, make appearances on Growing Pains.
Yeah. Nah, I gotta watch it again now because it's been a long. I never knew where to watch. You said on Amazon.
Amazon Prime, yeah. Amazon.
Yeah, I definitely gotta watch it now because I would look for a learn. I thought, yo, where can I watch Growing Pains? I have not watched that show in a very long time, yo. And yeah. All right, what about Brotherly Love? Y'all ever watch Brotherly Love?
Is that the show about the Lawrence brothers? Andrew Lawrence, Joey Lawrence. Bro.
Yeah.
Oh wait. When you asked me what's the name of the one on Boy Meets World, did I say Andrew Lawrence or Matthew Lawrence? I said Andrew Lawrence.
Oh, he's the Andrew Lawrence. That's Matthew Lawrence's name. Matthew Lawrence is his name. Yeah,
Matthew Lawrence was on Boy Meets World. Excuse me.
I forgot. Andrew Lawrence is on something else though. I just can't remember.
He was on. If you remember that show, Oliver Bean on Fox. It came on Sunday about that boy and took place in the 50s. And his older brother was played by Andrew Lawrence when he was a teenager. He was fine as hell. All three of them fine as hell.
Oh my God.
Not this again.
Oh, so you can tell me all your crushes, but I can't tell you what three brothers is fine as hell.
You're right. You got double standards.
I know, but like I said the last episode, she got shot. I'm pretty sure they were married though, but she shot. But Brotherly Love, I don't remember the concept of the show, but I did watch the show. I was a fan of the Lawrence brothers, especially Joey and stuff like that. I know it was on WB. I'm not sure. I think it was 1 to 2 seasons. I'm not sure how many seasons it was. That's like Growing Pains. It's a show that I gotta watch to remember. It's been a long time since I watched that show. A very long time. Even longer than Growing Pains.
This is the first time I'm hearing about this. I didn't even watch it.
Yeah, this came out. I can't remember what year it came out, but it came out. I believe like in the late '90s, early 2000s.
Okay.
I believe it was after. It was definitely after Boy Meets World finished because that was Matthew. I guess got on it. It was after Boy Meets World finished though, and stuff like that. All right, so the next show, I believe all of us should watch this show. Sister, 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 sister.
Mister,
I got my own life. I got my own time and my own time.
Yeah, we all watched that show. That's where the famous phrase "Go home, Roger" was from.
Facts.
Yeah.
So Sister is another show that I enjoyed as a kid.
If I had $1 every time someone tried to compare me and my sister to Tia and Tamara, oh, you mean Tia and Tamara? Oh, you mean Tia and Tamara over there? Like, girl.
Really?
Yes. They were the only black twins on TV. Who else are they gonna compare us to?
That's true.
Oh yeah, you're right.
That's true.
Right,
They were the only black twins on TV. That is true.
Yeah.
Venus and Serena was there. No.
No, they probably. I don't think not around that time. Not around that time. Tia and Tamara were the biggest twin around that time.
Yeah, around that time. All right.
Not being the American Ashley, but.
You're right.
No, American Ashley. No, Mary Ashley was bigger twins, but yeah,
you still had Tia and Tamara, which was in the spotlight.
I was say they were the biggest black twin at the time. They were the biggest black twin at the time,
and the only ones with their own show.
Yeah, they don't share exactly. But Sister, I enjoy Sister. Of course, as I got older, it was up and down when as I got older, the later season.
Their boyfriends came in.
Yeah. And stuff like that. I mean, it ended good, but Sister is another show that being took for a reboot, which I don't think need a reboot.
It don't need a reboot.
They already had a reality show.
Show. Tia about to work on the game reboot again. She about to work on the game.
Oh, she coming for this one?
I'm not sure. I mean, I'm pretty sure she's gonna make an appearance, but I don't think she's gonna be like the main character. I think she's gonna make an appearance. She's gonna make a cameo.
She'll make cameos, yeah.
Yeah. You know, she possibly for the game reboot. She already on Family Reunion. Tamara was just on the Masked Singer on last season Masked Singer. And
they working, bro.
Yeah, they working.
You know what was funny was Marquise Houston being Roger. No one expected his damn blow up. Damn.
Roger, Marquise Houston was gold on that road though. He was killing that road.
Yeah, but no one expected him to like grow into the sexy ass man that he became. Like he was Roger with the braids. Damn. Like no, I mean even Tia and Tamara knew that by the time that he grew his ass up, they wanted to go home with him. Okay?
I'm done.
And he said in the interview that he said that Sister paid him a lot more money than singing at the time, so he enjoyed doing that more than
If you want to know facts about the industry, actors get paid more than singers. That's the fact.
Even when he was appearing on All That for all that time, he was saying he was making a lot more money than.
We mentioned that last episode. Immature, they were going on all that.
It was All That regular.
Yeah, there was regulars. Yeah,
TV because you get paid per episode.
Yeah, and don't forget they were doing the House Party movie too.
Three
and 4. Marcus Houston and them, 3 and 4.
Yo, he was making bread around that time, boy.
Yo, Immature. Immature was very underrated, son. They were
underrated though.
They underrated, son.
They were getting to the bread outside of music.
Yeah,
in all directions.
For real, Marcus Houston, he's doing big things now. You know.
And he was in what movie? It was like Step Up or like
you got served. You got served, girl. You got served. Like, girl.
I was getting there.
That would be big, so you got served. Oh man. Marcus is my guy, man. Marcus is my guy.
But now he's a Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah, he's Jehovah's Witness. He married. I don't agree with the marriage thing. We're not gonna talk about that because it's not about that.
Yeah,
Let me ask y'all a question. Did you feel like Lisa and Carl should have gotten together in the end, or they were better off with different partners?
Wait, you talking about Lisa and Ray?
Did I say Carl, right?
Yeah, you
I feel like it would have been a better story if Lisa and Ray would have got together. I feel like it would have been a better ending for me.
But it was also
because you would expect that they should have got together because that was but the show wasn't written.
Yeah,
it would have been forced though, because like y'all said, people would have expected it, even though they had nothing in common. Like they were total opposites, not even in a cohesive way.
No,
like,
you're right. They didn't have nothing in common. They didn't have nothing in common though.
They like try for like a little bit.
They tried for a couple of first 2 seasons actually. They tried for 2 seasons.
2 seasons.
Yeah, I know. Season 1, they started to like each other, and then season 2, I think they tried it, and it didn't work.
Yeah, they're not each other's type.
Yeah,
they're not.
But I mean, the ending was good though. The ending was good either way. I mean, Lisa got married. That was a good ending. I didn't see that was a bad ending, but I think maybe if her and Ray would have got together and married, that would have been a better ending. You know?
Yeah, that would have been better.
And last but not least, we find out in the road, y'all. Last but not least, the last show called New Kids on the Block of the cartoon. Have you ever watched New Kids on the Block?
No.
I have, and here's my story about New Kids on the Block. That was my first cartoon I ever watched. So, as a kid, growing up, and it used to be coming on TV. New Kids on the Block. It was about New Kids on the Block, the singing group, New Kids on the Block. They used to have, they used to have like they used to go on like how like Scooby Doo, they go on journeys and stuff and trials and stuff and adventures. But after every show is a lesson, and then they play a video from them. Every show. It came out in the 1990s. It was on ABC. It was a Disney Channel, it was a Disney cartoon, but it was connected to the Disney company. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's one of those shows. I enjoyed it. I became a fan of New Kids on the Block at the time when it came out. Donnie Wahlberg.
What year was that?
1990. And I was like freaking 4 or 5 around that time. I was like 4 or 5.
No wonder I don't know nothing about it.
The 1990s. I think they only had one season, I believe. I believe they only had one season. I never know about it. Yeah. I mean, it's on YouTube now. I watched it on YouTube recently. So,
did they sing their songs?
Yeah, they sing their song. They sing their song. Yeah. And that was the thing. And that was the thing. So that was the theme song. every episode. That was the theme song. Yeah, that was the song. That was the song. Shout out to them, man. Donnie Wahlberg was just the one Masked Singer last season. Recently. Surprised his wife, Jenny McCarthy. So
you said what's his name?
Donnie Wahlberg.
Donnie. Why am I saying Donnie? Donnie Wahlberg.
Yeah.
He was on Masked Singer.
Yeah, he was on Masked Singer last season. As like he wasn't singing. He did sing one episode, but he was more like a giving clues, but in Masked and giving clues. I forgot he was a chicken. And I guess he performed. He just took his mask off, but he surprised everybody. His wife was with Jenny McCarthy, was so shocked that she didn't know like how you was on the show and you didn't tell me. Like he got the surprise all the years, sneaking into work and stuff like that.
You said it was a cartoon.
The New Kids on the Block was a cartoon, yeah.
I don't remember that, son. That's old.
Very old. Here's the thing. It was a cartoon. They go on adventures. At the end of the cartoon, they do lessons. They perform as cartoon characters, and then they show a music video after. Like before the credit, they show a music video of the music, basically. And that was every episode. I don't know. I believe it only had one season. I believe because you already know in the 90s, New Kids on the Block was popular in the 90s.
Yeah, like late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, 80s, early 90s, yeah.
Step
but yeah. But yeah, y'all, that's it for the old school show, the Disney
It's
episode.
not it because I sat here and I'm like kind of understanding why you missed the replacements.
Mitch. Mitch said talk about the replacements.
How do you miss the replacements?
I wouldn't remember because I never watched the replacement. I don't think I watched the replacement.
Me neither.
I think what it is. Give me another show too. Like look up again.
Right,
You've been doing it all night.
Nah, I didn't. I've skipped on this one too.
That's whack.
Talk about the replacement. What's it about?
Replacement. When this came on? This came on like I'm trying to remember if it was Saturday morning or in the afternoon.
No, that's Saturday morning. I remember the title, but I didn't never watch the show.
It was a very good show. That one you should also watch. The first season, I think the second or third season got weird, but it was about brother and sister, and the animation got weird too. This brother and sister, they found an ad for like parents or something like that. No. Some company that provides wishes for you or something, and he brought them parents, a mom who's a super spy and a dad who's like what do you call that? Like a stuntman or something like that. So they basically got a new family out of that. And what they do is they call the organization, I can't remember, his name is Charlie or something. They call the organization and he replaces people that need to be replaced. So for like an example, they'll have a substitute teacher who ain't it. So they'll call the replacements for that person, but then it's like a whole mishap. It's a good show. It's a funny show. What I want to say though, it was always weird when they made an animated series about a Disney movie and like the animation will be mad funky.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's totally different from the Disney movie.
That's true. I don't know why they do that, but it's funny. So you know what? Before we go, is there any other Disney show that we missed that we should talk about?
Buzz Lightyear. We didn't actually talk about Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, right. I definitely did watch Buzz Lightyear, and it was a cool show. No, but I can't remember the names of the characters on the show other than Buzz Lightyear.
Other than Buzz, I can't remember either. Right.
I know it was a big guy. It was a girl on the show, and it was another character. All of them had the Buzz Lightyear uniform on though.
Yeah, it was on his planet before
Yeah. I know, because they had the movie version of Buzz Lightyear first, and then they came with the cartoon later.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was a movie version. Yeah. It was a Buzz Lightyear Space Commander movie. Then it turned to a cartoon later. But I don't think I ever saw the movie version, but I just saw the cartoon, the actual TV show version. But yeah, it was a cool show. I mean, I watched it. It was a cool show. It used to come on, just like we mentioned earlier, it came at the Tarzan on UPN in the morning. Yeah. So yeah.
That's everything now.
So you know what? Magna, you got any closing words? I know how you do. You have some closing words.
I am kind of disappointed we didn't really talk about the impact of TGIF, but
we're gonna talk about that in a later episode. We're gonna talk about that in a later episode, TGIF.
Sure. But in closing, I'm proud to be a millennial that was made in the 90s. That's all I can say, because these shows today are not it. I know they're not made for our generation, but I feel like they really missed out on quality programming where you got shows that taught you a lesson. They taught you a lesson. They filled you with good feelings inside. They were charming. They weren't even complicated shows. They were very simple. Duck is a basic ass show, but the first episode is about him not adjusting to the change of going to junior high. That's relatable. That's what it is. Those shows back in the day were relatable. They were cute. They were funny. They didn't have all of these subliminal jokes that they do today. They had some, but like where are the shows that emphasize Black families the way that Smart Guy was doing, Sister was doing, That's So Raven was doing? Like, y'all just not making them the way y'all used to because y'all too busy rebooting them. Proud Family being another one.
Yeah. But I mean, I feel like the purpose of the reboots, well, for some, is to bring back the two reasons: to bring back the nostalgia, and also, I guess some shows didn't get proper endings, so they want to make a reboot to give them the proper ending. For that case, I get it. It's because some shows didn't get a proper ending. They want to end it on a good note. That's why the reboot happened.
But right now,
right
now people are cashing in on nostalgia. That's the main thing they're doing. They know that nostalgia is in.
Come on, this pocket show, this spin-off pocket show, but Gemini the Pocket present the old school show, the perfect example of us talking about nostalgia, because this is the old school show where we talk everything old school. This is a perfect example. We are doing the same.
We basically doing the same thing too. Yeah,
we are doing the same exact thing. And think about it. You got to think of it like this. We love old school. We all love nostalgic, and we love talking about it. I love doing this series where we talk about old school because it brings back so much memories. It brings back something that we used to have, but we know we can't get it back. And
my thing is, though, don't try to say, "Oh, I'm gonna bring back these reboots." So you can say, "Oh, my kids can watch the show that I watch." No, if you want your kid to watch the show that you watch, and have them watch that show.
Yeah.
Don't reboot it because that's not the same.
Yeah, that's true.
Even the way they write it. The way they write it is not the same.
It's not the same.
No, like
it's not writing the same show that we're writing the original.
Because it's not the same people.
Not the same people.
Like, look what they're doing to The Simpsons, for God's sake.
And even though that's not a reboot, but they continue the legend. I heard the guy recently, which is, I guess we could conclude it then he brought them. The guy for Simpson recently said that we're gonna continue Simpson for the rest of our life. He literally said that he's gonna continue Simpson for the rest of their life. It's never gonna end.
But the thing is, people are living longer some people are living longer these days.
Women.
Yeah.
So let's say they 95, 100 years old, continue The Simpsons.
Yeah, because they're saying that since there's a lot of current events, they go to keep writing a story because so much current event happening. So they're gonna keep continue to do the storyline for Simpsons.
But people always linking theories to them too.
Yeah.
I would have been okay with it had they allowed them to just grow up, because there have been episodes where it was the future. And if it was the future, I wouldn't complain as much because it's the future. It's supposed to be a different time. But y'all still insist on making these kids be 8 and 10 years old.
Yeah, exactly. At this point, Simpsons, Family Guy, all the shows that have been on for a while, they should have made them grow up now. I think it's time.
It would have worked. It's a whole new world that we living in right now. And to be honest, it made me feel old. Like, I be feeling like these baby boomers who are like, it was a simpler time back then. The world is changing.
Back in my day.
Back in my day. Like, I actually say that. I actually say, oh, in my day. Like, that's what we're doing now?
Yeah.
I'm doing back in my day now?
It's crazy. But we can talk about this all day, but we gotta go. So Magna, drop your social media where everybody can reach you. You and Roddy, you know the deal as well.
My Instagram is Mademoiselle _M MADEMOIZELLE _M. Shout out to my Haitians.
Nice. The Star Roddy Rod. You know to drop your social media as well.
Yeah, you can find me at the Star Roddy Rod. Because it's right, the Star. RODDY ROD on Instagram.
Yes, y'all already know. Y'all can catch the Old School Show every 4th or 5th Sunday at 12 a.m. on MrGentleman the Pocket Network. Yeah, thank y'all then. Thank y'all for checking out this episode. They can check out the last episode of Nickelodeon. Check out all the old school show episodes. We'll be right back. I'm gonna take time to thank everybody for tuning into the new episode of MrGentleman at the Pocket TV. Thank you to my special guests, the star Roddy and Magna for coming on the show. You know, as always, it was dope doing this episode. And y'all already know y'all want to be on the show. DM me Ken _MrGentleman. Or or check out MrGentleman at the Pocket TV. Thank y'all and have a good day and night while we're watching this episode.
You are now listening to MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast Season 4. Cheer!